let's make lemonade. Okay, let's go to work.
That's the signal! Go, 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 go! It's beautiful! Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude!
Wake up and hit the ground running. It's The Rush, presented by Willis Auto, with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bringing you raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic talk about sports, life, and everything else that matters. No filtered, no fluff, just The Rush.
Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. You're heading into the weekend. What a great weekend to buy a car. And that's why you need to head to Willis Chevrolet of Granger, because you know what? Chevy brings big savings. Get 0% for 5 years and no payments for 90 days on eligible 2026 Silverado models, or lease the popular Equinox for as low as $279 a month. Start your buying journey at willisauto.com. If you are listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, thank you so much. If you are watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and give this video a like. Leave your comments in the comments section. You can call the show at 515-517-2303 and follow us on our social media channels. I'm Travis Justice. He's the man, the myth, the legend, Ross Peterson.
I got to get you off that crutch. I got to get you off that. You can't be bringing in John Walters and every other person with the man, the myth, the legend.
Okay, you're right. I used it yesterday.
The man, the myth, the legend. No, you got it. We got to break that one from.
Okay,
maybe we could come up with some term from our youth that reminds us of innocence and joy. Is there a term? Is there a term you could think of that just reminds you of something fun?
The finger banger, Ross Peterson. Ross Peterson, the finger banger. So
I just lost a lung.
And Ross is laughing because Ross was really, really, really late to the show today. We had maybe 2 minutes of conversation before we went on the air.
I got everything plugged in and plugged. I hook up so Travis knows I'm here early on, and then I do my house stuff routine. And man, I'm way behind on house stuff. And then by the time it was about 5:50, the dog's still outside. So I sat down at like 5:54, and I sat down. I'm like, "Hey man, I'm really sorry. I'm so late sitting down." And Travis goes, "That's okay. You're probably finger banging or something."
And that started us down a journey,
just for a couple minutes of like, what a fun term.
A disgusting term, but probably offends the ladies. And ladies, if you're listening to the show, we apologize for that.
If the ladies listen, okay, stop. If a lady's listening to this show, do you think she's offended by that?
No.
Term?
I don't think it's an offensive term. It's not one you use when you're 55 years old or even 48.
It's one you really shouldn't use at all. I don't think it's ever a term then.
But I mean, when you're growing up, I mean, most times your first sexual encounter is usually that, right? And it can be a bad one or it could be a good one. It could be really, really bad. And that got me thinking as the countdown was playing, we talk about our first experience with the lower anatomy. I'm sure women go through the same thing with their first experience with the opposite sex lower anatomy.
Absolutely. I guarantee you we brought back memories for a lot of people listening.
Yeah.
Just that term. Glenn Cook from Hard Truth Rod is listening. He says, such a fun pastime.
See?
And Sally, you're right. Sally just nailed it. Sally just wrote in TJ being TJ. Sally, this is okay. Since we're talking about finger banging, I'll tell the story about one day we had sound off, and my ex-wife was having a little party here at the house and had some of her work friends over at the party, and it was just a women's only party, right? And so we're winding up, and Travis is like, "Oh man, I got to get on the road. You don't really have a lot of energy to drive home." And I'm like, "Hey, do you want to come to the house for a little bit and just hang out and relax for 20 minutes, half hour, Maybe have a drink. I don't even remember what it was. Have a drink, whatever. Sure. Oh, by the way, there's some women there. Finger banging Friday. There's some women there. Most of them I don't know. Some of them are friends of my wife.
And I know 0 of them.
You know, Travis knows 0 of them. We walk in the door, and I'm not joking. Within 4 or 5 minutes, Travis is like, so how many of y'all like anal? And they were answering. They're like, well, you know, my first time. What the fuck is happening? What?
Ross was just sitting back in the corner, taking it all in, going, this guy.
I did. I looked at him, I just went.
But I didn't do it in a creepy way, right? I mean, I just started this conversation, and they
came up totally naturally. If you would have just walked in the room and said, hey, ladies, they would have been like, ugh.
Yeah.
No, it was completely natural. It was a totally good conversation.
And we learned a lot about your ex-wife's friends.
A lot more than I knew about him before I walked in the door.
Just saying.
Yeah. That was that's Travis. So happy FB Friday for you.
Got big weekend plans?
Kind of, yeah. So Courtney's brother is a colonel in the Army.
Oh wow.
I grew up.
He's kind of a big deal.
He's a big deal. He's back in town. So we're going to hang out with him a little bit tomorrow. But I also agreed to help out. Scott Casper was going to be do ring announcing for some fights that are happening this weekend. And Scott's got some stuff happening. He's not going to be able to do it. So he needed somebody to fill in for him. So I'm going to be You're going
to be Michael Buffer?
A little bit of Joe Rogan here this weekend, interviewing the fighters after, you know. Was that your game plan all along to knock him out in the second round? You know, we'll see.
So it's an MMA fight, not a boxing fight?
It's
or
MMA.
Where do they do it at? Where are they having these at?
I'll get more information for you, Travis.
Ross knows he has to play ring announcer at some point, just doesn't know where he's going to go.
Travis, or a friend called and said, can you help me? I was like, yeah, I can do that. That's fun. Well, that's my plans this weekend. What about you? You got a lot of stuff happening?
We have Sutton with us. So our granddaughter's with us because she's got the hand, foot, and mouth, and I don't know how long she's going to stay. So either I could be driving to Springfield, Missouri to drop her off on Sunday. We could have her all next week, which I probably wouldn't be surprised at because they're moving into college next week, and that's Abigail's really, really busy time. And if she can't go to daycare because of hand, foot, and mouth, well, then they're left stranded again. So my proposal is we'll keep the grandkid for another week. We have no problem keeping the grandkid. You want to keep her here? She's having fun. We don't need to send her back yet. I know I have a dinner tomorrow night, but just kind of a basic weekend. So which is good because in a couple of weeks we're going to be hitting it hard. Black and Gold Rush coming up. And what a month from this weekend, I think. So.
Yeah, that'd be right.
Yeah.
You got a lot of fog over there? We have a weird morning, like one of these.
I haven't looked outside. I literally get up, I come downstairs, I start getting ready for the show. I don't see outside until 8 o'clock. I'll go up and go, oh, look at that. So I don't even know if it's foggy outside. You got the,
it's settled in. Did you watch last night? Last night you said you were either going to watch Caitlin or the Hall of Fame game.
Skip both of them.
Did you really? Okay.
Yeah. Did you watch either one of them?
Didn't watch either one, but I did get updates. I talked to a friend. I was on the phone with my buddy John Olson, and he had gone up to Ames to watch the Fever game with his mom.
Okay.
And so at least got an update on that and how Caitlin had done, but I haven't heard one thing about the Hall of Fame game.
Carson Beck had a really, really good game. I mean, he played a lot of snaps last night. Maybe made a case to be a push for the starter for the Cardinals. Again, it's the first preseason game. You don't know what's going to happen, but they gave Carson Beck a lot of snaps last night. He was very efficient, had a great quarterback rating. And I think he gave Cardinal fans something to go, oh, we may have a quarterback. I was watching Unsportsmanlike this morning on ESPN, and they pointed out, Carson Beck only lost 6 college football games his entire career. And you look at his age, this is where I'm usually against rookies playing in the National Football League right away because the expectations are unrealistic sometimes for a rookie. But you look at his age and you go, okay, well, he graduated from Georgia and then he got the extra year. I mean, he's a man going into the National Football League. It's not like
we say you look at his age. Was it 26?
He's probably pretty close to 24, 25, I would bet. If not an old 23. So that's pretty seasoned when you get that extra year. You would see quarterbacks come out in their junior year and you're like, God, are you going to be ready? But when you get those extra years of college, because you're making more money now, you're a little bit more mature. Your body's developed a little bit more, and and people I think have always doubted Carson Beck, and I think I could see him going to Arizona and having a nice career.
I honestly did think he was much older than he was. I really did. I thought he was like 25, 26. He's 23.
Okay. But Carolina ended up winning that game last night, scored a touchdown as time expired. But it's preseason football. I know people were jonesing for it, but it was just one of those things. I'm like, do I want to watch the Hall of Fame game?
I had buddies that were like, anybody got insight on a line? Anybody got a feel? Oh, yeah.
Well, if you want insides on lines, Trent Condon and the Lunch Rush coming up from 11 to 1 on the Rush Radio Network, and Sean and Lucas talk about lines on Behind the Bench. Both those shows on the Rush Radio Network going to be live from Circa next week in Las Vegas. They're going to be there Monday and Tuesday. I know Trent's going to do a show Wednesday. The Beyond the Bench not going to be on Wednesday. But make sure to check out both shows here on the Rush Radio Network. Again, the Lunch Rush with Trent Condon from 11 to 1. Beyond the Bench with Sean and Lucas from 4 to 6. You can dial them up on the app, or you can find them on YouTube as well. Now, Caitlin did not have a good game last night. She had 8 turnovers. Ross, she had a chance to seal the game, missed 2 free throws, something she doesn't do. I mean, she just doesn't miss free throws. They had a 3-point lead. She's at the free throw line with, 7 seconds to go in the game, misses both, and then Chelsea Gray hits a 3-pointer to send it to overtime. And then late in overtime, Caitlin had one of her 8 turnovers and with a 1-point lead, and Gray hit another buzzer beater as Las Vegas escaped Indiana in overtime, 86-84. So crucial mistakes by Caitlin Clark, missed free throws, the turnovers, and a setback. So, you got a chance to be the hero. You hit both of those hell, you hit one of those free throws and you win the game. You miss both of them, and then you leave. Well, Chelsea Gray wasn't supposed to get the ball on the 3-pointer. It wasn't designed for her. It kind of ended up in her hands because Aaliyah Boston tipped the ball and then hits that 3-pointer. They did kick some fans out of the game last night.
And this was at Indiana.
It was at Indiana.
Sophie Cunningham related?
Nobody really. I don't think so. I think it was Chelsea Gray related. And here's the hard part about it is that Chelsea Gray went and complained, and they went and talked to the fans. They left. Indiana releases a comment that says the fans did nothing wrong. They didn't violate any code of conduct, and they said the fans voluntarily left on their own. So it was probably like, man, if you're going to complain about us heckling, and by the way, heckling is part of sports, right? Now, if it crosses a line, I totally agree that you should be removed. But if Indiana releases a statement and says, well, no fan conduct code was violated, you have to be able to take a level of heckling from fans that are sitting close to the bench or close to the court. That's part of sports. I mean, look at you in the north end zone. Look at Bill Blank in the north end zone. I guarantee you there's some heckling going on.
Oh, my gosh. You should hear the things that Bill says to the officials. It's impressive. It's impressive, the things that Bill says to these officials. Is it funny? Yeah. I hope your shoes are tied together. Stuff like, you know what I mean? Does he say goofy stuff like that? Yes. Is he also wishing death upon their families? Yes. Like when I sat in his seats for the Michigan game, for the Connor, I was there. It was in the front row for the Connor Stallions game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When I sat in Bill's seats, I got down there, and one of the guys says to him, "Was like, you're sitting in Bill's seats?" And the guy's like, "You know what we expect of you, right?" And I was like, I have an idea. I'm like, I told the guy right away, like, I can't do what Bill does. The heckling. Travis, but listen, and this is not a man-women conversation, because the same thing happens with golf.
True.
Golf is soft. Golf is Charmin soft. You say the wrong thing to the wrong guy at the wrong time, you're out of here. It's not a sporting event. You're a spectator.
Hell, and it's on every tour. I was on that Pro-Am the other day, and there's nobody on the course, but there's signs all over the place. Quiet, please. Quiet, please. And I'm like, okay, why do we got to be quiet? And I know they're set up for the tournament, actually, but I go, why is that there? And they're like, well, this is the fairway, and you've got to tee off. You've got a tee box right here. I'm like, well, that's just part of it, man. How can you have rowdy crowds at the Phoenix Open and nobody cares, but you go to somewhere else, it's like, shh, shh.
So in a situation like that, if I, a golfer, hit a great shot from 195 yards out, I hit my 195 club.
Which is your 40 club, which is your 75-yard club.
No, it's not. My 195-yard club, I might be teeing it up in the fairway. But let's say I don't tee it up in the fairway. I get out the baffler, the hybrid 4-iron. I stripe that baby right down the middle. And it rolls up onto the green and it goes into the cup. What's the etiquette there? Can I react?
Yeah, you go berserk. You start running around. You do circles, man. You're like, yeah.
I can do the cartwheels I would normally do, and the siren noise, and they're going to allow that, or are they going to go, no? Shh. It's a library.
That's why the golf clap.
Ross, from 195, what are you going to hit? Probably them trees.
See, I would have a different answer. See that house right there? That's a pretty good opportunity that I'm taking out a window. Or I'm actually going to do damage to hardy siding. I know Hardy says it's indestructible, but I can do some damage to some hardy siding.
Oh, anyway.
I don't know. I just look at the heckling. Again, if they said something inappropriate, drop something racial, I understand it. But if Indiana comes out and says, well, no code of conduct was broken and they decided to remove themselves, because they're probably like, they're probably just like throwing up their hands going, if you're going to complain about us, then
that could be, I guess that's probably how it went, was they went over there and they were like, hey guys, what have you been saying? They're like, we'll just leave.
Yeah.
I guess that's how they're saying it went down.
But the league continues to do itself no favors. No favors. They're not winning fans over. It's become more and more of a controversy all year long, and it's not for stuff that happens on the court. It's for stuff that happens off the court, which is why you need a commissioner that has to get everybody in the room and say, hey, we need to focus on basketball. You guys have a decent product. You had an opportunity. You blew it. But there's still time to rebound. Let this,
get it?
Yeah,
Rebound.
Let this off the court crap just go away. Don't get into the narrative. You're not going to wear Cheryl Reeve. You're not going to wear a shirt anymore. Okay, you're not going to do that. You're just pissing people off. Not saying you can't have your feelings, but when we're here, if you're representing the league, this is the league standard. You're getting paid. You're getting paid big girl money now.
Yeah.
Can't bitch about that.
She has to get control of it. And I think, Travis, I never thought till yesterday when we had the conversation about what could the league do. And that idea popped into my head of like, that's an easy one. That's a layup. That's the type of stuff that all the other leagues do. Is, hey, here's the deal. We're going to all just do our game. Let all that other stuff happen, but don't add fuel to those fires. Maybe, and I you pointed out like when they were wearing when they all came out wearing the pay us more or pay us more, whatever. I don't remember what the verbiage was. I think saying, hey guys, no more shirts. What are we doing? We're a professional league and we're trying to get our message across by putting words on a shirt like we're ray gun.
Well, let's use baseball as an example right now, right? Baseball is about or is now in its collective bargaining agreement. Can you imagine if Major League Baseball players came out and said, pay us more when you have Shohei Ohtani making $500 million?
Or just whatever it was.
Yeah.
Well, if it were, play 150 games. If they all did it in unison, you'd go, I don't know, maybe we would. Maybe not. Maybe we'd go, that's really cool. Look at their unity.
I would say for the most part, the average sports fan doesn't care about how much money a professional athlete makes because they go, you're living a dream of playing professional sports. You get to make a living doing something that a child wants to do his entire life.
Here's the most important part. It's not your money. I never cared how much the New York Yankees were spending for Aaron Judge. I never cared if they put money on Hideki or Rabu. It wasn't my money. Now, once we start talking about college sports, and I go, well, wait a minute, my Hulu package keeps going up, and my ESPN Plus keeps going up, and my T-shirt are going up, and my ticket prices are going up, and I have to pay more for parking. Hold on now, wait a minute, damn it. This is affecting me. What about, so I care about that. The Dodgers. The Dodgers are getting a competitive advantage. There's a conversation to be had there. I don't care how much Shohei Ohtani gets. What I do care about is, well, they used a bankruptcy from 2011 to their advantage, and now they're running away with the game. And I do think I do think all that's intentional. We can get into that. At some point we'll talk about the Dodgers, but I think that when they got Scooble, that's an indicator to me that something else is going on, man. The league, the owners want to have a salary cap, and now people are clamoring for a salary cap in baseball because the Dodgers are just running away with everything. But it's just, I think there's more collusion there than we would want to know.
Yeah, the big narrative over the last couple of weeks are the Dodgers ruining baseball.
Yeah, and so but we can get to that another time.
But if the Dodgers don't win the World Series, that narrative goes away, right? If they win their third straight, then you kind of go, okay, does it stop? But if they don't win this year, and there's a possibility they won't, they don't have the best record in baseball. Milwaukee has the best record in baseball. Milwaukee has the biggest run differential. But if the Dodgers win the World Series and they win 3 in a row, you go, they're bad for baseball.
And Impeccable King is right. He says, when you go to professional games and you've got season tickets, that's your money. That's when you start caring about that stuff. And you want your team to win. And so anyway, I talked about this yesterday a little bit with Sean, or on Wednesday a little bit with Sean. Do you know the story about the bankruptcy with the Dodgers?
I don't. So did they file bankruptcy? Is that when Magic Johnson and that team bought in? And
2011. Yeah.
So you had that new ownership group come in, and then didn't they sell their own TV package, their own rights package?
You're onto a lot of stuff here.
Yeah.
Basically, Travis, what it was they were exempt from paying the taxes on their television contracts until 2039. So they still have another 13 years of this. It saves them something like $60 million a year.
Wow. That's a lot of money.
And then they went out and sold their own television package, and they have a $340 million television package, and their payroll's like $40 million. So when you take in their $60 million savings in taxes and their $340 million TV deal, and they have $1 billion in deferred money. We always talk about Bobby Bonilla Day. Dude, they're taking Bobby Bonilla Day to a whole new level. $1.1 billion in deferred money.
Would you like to see in this collective bargaining agreement coming up that deferred money goes away?
They got to put some sort of cap on it or something. They got to put some sort of limitation on it because I only see this with somebody else being left holding the bag, and probably all of the other Major League Baseball teams. I think that's how this thing will probably end up playing out, is that all the other Major League Baseball teams are going to have to suffer in some way because the Dodgers, I mean, are they just counting on the collapse of the dollar? Are they really?
Or are they going to pay him in crypto? I don't know.
Are they really banking on the devaluation of the dollar and that it won't really be that much money to pay $1.1 billion down the road? Like,
but 1.1 billion is 1.1 billion, no matter how you put it. I know the value devalues
in a couple of years. Think of the general manager in 20 years. What's our payroll? $950 million. What do we got for that? Oh no, those dudes are dead. No, we're paying the states.
Because, those are set up like that. If I should die, this goes to the estate. It's not like Social Security. It just goes away. You don't get to wipe that from the books.
So somebody's going to be left holding the bag.
State Fair. A week from today is East Side Night.
There's a documentary out called Parkers, and it's about the people that park cars at the Iowa State Fair.
Really?
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet. I've only heard about it. I'll see if I can find the trailer and send it to you, okay?
But if you're going to the Iowa State Fair, your must stop is JR's South Fork Ranch. And it's not a food stop, it's a full-on fair stop. If you're headed to the Iowa State Fair, make JR as part of the plan. Come hungry. Get the bacon, pickle, mac and cheese, JR's famous lobster roll, or one of the most talked about new items at the fair, caviar nuggets. That's premium caviar, creme fraiche, and crispy chicken nuggets. Then grab a cold beer or a specialty drink like the Pink Pony Cooler and meet up with your crew or stay for the fun. Ross and I are going to be live from the Iowa State Fair at JR South Fork Ranch next Friday from 6 to 8. Beyond the Bench going to be live from 4 to 6. JR's South Fork Ranch at the Iowa State Fair. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search the Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire. A front row tickets to every show millionaire. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
When you work with a company like Mr. Electric that goes above and beyond and makes the customer their priority, that is just a real joy to encounter these days. It was a fairly complicated project and it was intimidating. They made it look so easy and they were very professional, very clean folks. They thoroughly explain what they're going to do. It's clear that they're experienced and that they know what they're doing. Having professionals out there that can do that for me, that gives me a lot of peace of mind.
When I'm meeting a new patient, I want them to feel comfortable knowing that odds are I've seen something like this before.
From the moment a patient steps into the room to the moment the patient leaves the office, I think they're going to get a great experience.
I think it feels good coming in and feeling like it's a community here and you get to be a part of that community and get to be taken care of by that community.
My goal is when they walk out of there to know that I'm fighting for them, I'm pulling for them.
Schedule an appointment at iowauro.com.
Loving the Rush? Of course you are. Keep listening for more local sports content on The Lunch Rush with Trent Condon from 11 to 1 and Beyond the Bench with Sean Roberts and Lucas Strain from 4 to 6 every day. It's all here on the Rush Radio Network.
Brendan Santone at Willis Cadillac in Clive. Here to talk about some new inventory that's just arrived recently here. We got some XT5s again, we got CT5s, one of our last CT5Vs of this model year, as well as the first 2027 Vistic and a few other retired loaners that have become available recently. It's a little bit of everything, but we do have inventory on ground again. So while it's here, come see us over in Clive or at williscadillac.com.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
I hope you're stretched, hydrated, and prepared for more nonsense, because The Rush with Travis and Ross, presented by Willis Automotive, is back now.
Refresh your home with floors you'll love. Iowa Floor Covering offers beautiful hardwood, waterproof luxury vinyl, carpet, and tile for every single room. Stop by their Bondurant showroom or go to iowafloorcovering.com for a free quote. And if you're a DIYer, they've got all the stuff you need to be able to install that stuff yourself. If you don't want to do it yourself, they've got great professional installation. Make sure to tell them you heard about them on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. Of course, now it's time for the Iowa Lottery Weekly. That's right. The Weekly Whoo-Hoo from the Iowa Lottery. You can pick up a $90 prize pack from the Iowa Lottery. We want to make you a winionaire. And, you know, that $90 prize pack can turn into even more money and make you go because you won more money in your Iowa Lottery prize pack. So how do you submit a woo-hoo? Couple different ways. You can call the show right now at 515-517-2303, and that will go all the way up until 8 o'clock. So if you're going, you know what? Travis and Ross talked about something that brought back a memory this morning. 515-517-2303. Or if you don't want to put a voice to it, you can put your typing skills to it. Go to therushradio.com, click on the promo tab. You'll see a woo-hoo, and you can submit your woo-hoo via the email, and it comes right to us, and we'll be able to read your woo-hoo.
So few people can actually share this, Travis, because it's that memory that got brought up probably is not of your current spouse.
I would agree with that.
So it's one of those things of like, it runs through your head and you're like, oh, I can't think of that. God. All right. We have a coming in already. That's right. This will make Ross go.
Uh-oh. Here it is. Ross Peterson, this better win. That's how it starts.
That's a hard start. Wait a minute.
That's how it starts.
Hold on. He's coming in hot.
Or
do we have any other submissions for the day so far?
Not yet. This is number one.
And he calls me out specifically?
Calls you out specifically. Ross Peterson, this better win. Today, the 7th day of August in the year of our Lord 2026. ITJ will be traveling 14 hours north and slaying walleyes and northern pike on Gulf Rock Lake just south of Red Lake, Ontario. It's go time. Thanks, boys. Keep up the great work.
That's a big woo-hoo, dude.
See?
That's a big woo-hoo. That guy's having that's a day. I mean, that's an experience. Mark Charter, my buddy Mark, our friend Mark, is going down. He's having an experience today. He and his son are going down to sit front row for the Royals game today.
Oh, they're playing the Cubs.
The Royals Cubs.
Now, the Cubs are on a tear. I mean, they swept the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Then they have to do a makeup game last night with Toronto, where they're down 2-0 in the 9th. And Alex Bergman hits a 2-run home run in the 9th. They go to extra innings. Pete Crow Armstrong starts the 11th with a single, then scores on a throwing error to win the game 3-2. The Cubs have now won, 4 straight, I believe? Ross, the Cubs are playing fantastic baseball. Right. I'm just going to throw some numbers at you. Since June 12th, they are 32-15. From opening day to June 12th, they were 35-34. Since June 12th, 32-15. They are second in the majors in runs at 595. They're ninth in home runs with 144. Their ERA as a team is just higher than 4, but they think with acquisitions that's going to go down. But the Cubs, the only problem with the Cubs right now is they're behind Milwaukee, who also won't lose and has the best record in baseball.
So 35-34 on June 12th, Travis, that was probably as close as they got to be in 500 then. I wonder if they've been above 500 all season. I
think they have been, because remember the Central, every team was above 500 for a long time.
That's exactly what made me think of that. Is, man, if they were 35-34 on June 12th, I wonder if that's as close as they were. And I don't remember if they won their opening couple games of the season, but wow, what a good season it's been. Travis, they're a playoff team. Now I don't have the standings up in front of me.
They're number one. They're number one in the wild card. So
and I think like they were. If I remember right when I looked at it the other day, Travis, they had the 4th best record in the NL and the 5th best record in all of baseball.
That might be true. I got to bring up the standings.
That was a couple days ago before they'd racked up that sweep of the Dodgers and a win over Toronto yesterday. So looking very much like a playoff team. And that's all. I think with 6 teams getting in, are you going to be one of the top 2 teams and get that first round bye thing, or are you? I don't think that. Can you help me out with the standings? Are you looking at them?
Yeah, I'm looking at them right now.
How far back are they of the Brewers?
They're 5.5 back of the Brewers, but the Brewers have won 3 in a row. I mean,
Brewers are good.
The Brewers just don't. I mean, every time the Cubs go on a run, the Brewers seem to go on a run at the same time. The Brewers have 72 wins. They're 72-43. That's better than the Dodgers.
Over the last 5 years, the Brewers have been one of the most consistent. I mean, they're just short of being the Dodgers on the in these last couple of years. They've had a really, really good run. How far back are the Cubs of the Dodgers? And I'm guessing that they
so the Cubs are 67-49.
Okay.
They're 5.5 back of the Brewers. The Dodgers are 69-46. So they're 2 games back of the Dodgers. Atlanta is 70-45.
70-45.
Yeah.
So there's 3, 4, 7. So that's 3.5 games. You got 5.5 on the Brewers. You're 2.5 back of the Dodgers and 3.5 back. Okay, so it does. If you,
so they're going to be the. I mean,
they're going to be
the Brewers going to
be a playoff.
They're
going to be a playoff team. I think it's safe to say right now, unless the wheels actually fell off the bus.
Now, the Cubs, who are in the top wild card spot in the NL, have a better record than Houston out of the West in the American League, who's leading. Have a better record than the White Sox, who have a better record, who are first place team in the Central. Have a better record than the Yankees, who are second place in the AL East. Tampa Bay has one more win than the Cubs. So now you start asking, is the Central the best division in baseball?
Well, I mean, you could rank them. I think the worst division of baseball is the AL West, right? Pretty.
Yeah, because Houston, Texas, Seattle, the Athletics.
You don't have a top end there. You have the Athletics. Right? You have a team that doesn't even have a city.
So, Pittsburgh in the Central, they're in last place, but have a positive run differential.
Wow. Who's the best division in baseball? Okay, so we've got the worst one is we found 6th place. You know, we have not talked at all about the AL Central, which the Chicago White Sox, man, we beat the crap out of them a couple of years ago when they were awful. They're in first place. Are they? I shouldn't say that.
They're still in first place.
Are they still in first place? I haven't looked at the standings for a couple of days here, but
you could make the argument that the AL Central might be the second worst.
That's what I was just going to say. That's where I was going with that. And then is it the NL West? I mean, I know you got the Dodgers, but the rest of that division is dog shit. Not dog shit. The Padres aren't dog shit. They aren't the Dodgers. So am I.
You got Arizona.
You know what? What about the NL East? Is the NL East the fourth best?
God, Atlanta.
It's tough there.
Philadelphia is playing pretty decent baseball.
You think the Central is the best? Where's the AL East come in this? Because I'm a Yankee fan, and so I'm there. I have this SEC bias thing that happens when we have these conversations where I go, well, obviously the AL East.
I don't think you're far off because you got Tampa, which has a 4.5 game lead over the Yankees, and if the Yankees ever get healthy, watch out.
But if my aunt had nuts, she'd be my uncle.
And look at Boston, who just started the season horribly and has been on a tear. They've won 8 in a row. They've won 9 of their last 10. They're now 5 back, a half game behind the Yankees for second place. So maybe the argument is the AL East and National League Central are the top 2 divisions in baseball. And now people are going, are you serious, the Central? Why not?
Again, this is something that is been beat up here in Iowa, but deserves repeating every time. Donnie says, wife is a Brewers fan from Wisconsin. Hasn't been able to watch the Brewers since we moved back to Iowa. Blackout rules truly are the dumbest thing. The MLB blackout rules, like, take the dumbest thing ever and make them dumber. Wisconsin sports fans are an interesting phenomenon. They really are. It's an interesting group of folk. There's no diversity. And I'm not talking about the color of their skin either. There's no diversity. You meet a person from Wisconsin, they're a Brewers fan, a Bucks fan, a Badgers fan. Marquette's kind of like their UNI Drake thing, where they're like, oh, yeah, we like them too. But they win. Look at the last several years in professional sports. In the NFL, MLB, my buddy Hank just dropped this on me the other day. I'm in his office. He's got Wisconsin shit everywhere. I'm like, damn. He had 2 Lorenzo Cain bobbleheads. I'm like, this is sweet. And he's like, yeah. And I said, I want to talk to you about this Wisconsin sports fan phenomena that I experienced. It's fascinating to me. And then he said, how about this? Did you know that in all of those major sports, the Bucks, the Packers, the Brewers, they are in the top 5 in wins in the last 20 years in franchises.
Wow.
A lot of winning.
515-517-2303. We got a weekly coming in, and this is our friend Deb, who visits Central City Liquors quite a bit.
Oh,
Deb, what's going on?
Good morning, guys. Hey, it's funny you say that, but I just wanted to first of all tell you congratulations for the expansion. I've been listening to Trent and I've been listening to Sean and Lucas whenever I can, because I work, but just wanted to give you guys a quick call with my Woo-Hoo. Tomorrow is E and I's 28th wedding anniversary.
Wow.
And so today we're headed to Kansas City, and because you're talking about my favorite subject, this whole half hour, but we're going to go see the Cubs tomorrow night. So we're going to go down. We're going to have dinner tonight. We're staying near the plaza. And then we're going to go see the Cubs tomorrow night. And, of course, we're going to see a win.
So, Deb,
we're going to see a win. I like it.
You're going to see a win. Look at that. Got to ask you on the wedding anniversary, because this is a good way to celebrate. In 28 years, did you ever throw him out? Did you ever throw him out?
I'm glad you went there. I thought he was going to go a different place.
Did you ever throw him out?
No, never.
Well, that's good. I've been thrown out.
He's my soulmate. And he's going to accompany me when we go see Dana today on the way to Kansas City. So we're going to swing by, and I never run into Brian. I'm always seeing Todd, and we're always seeing Todd and Dana. But if If he wants to go to Central City and take me to Kansas City, no, I've never done that. No.
Are you going to bring a buzz boulder to Kansas City? Like walk around the plaza with a buzz boulder?
No, but I am going to we are going to wear our Hap jerseys tomorrow. So
I love
nice. Excellent. Thanks, Deb. I appreciate it.
Happy anniversary, Deb.
Yeah, travel safe.
MBE too, okay?
See, that's what we're talking about with the Woo-Hoo.
That's a good
28th wedding anniversary, going to see the Cubs. Ross, there's a lot of... Is Pete Crow Armstrong going to be the MVP? A lot of people...
I mean, dude, a lot of season left, first of all.
Yeah.
For all this conversation of even the playoff talk, that was the first thing I should have said. It's like, hey, we're like a couple weeks away from the All-Star game. Let's relax here a little bit because things can still go south. Really
True,
bad.
but we're in August now. I mean, now it's going to start...
And that's why it's okay to start talking about it. And it does. And I think I'm confident in saying the Cubs are a playoff team. Right.
I would agree with you.
But I don't know how much further to go with it than that. They could absolutely still win the Central. 5.5 games. Is that what you said? 5.5?
Yeah, 5.5.
You could absolutely still win the Central. Can absolutely still be one of those top two teams going into the playoffs. Could also absolutely not be in the playoffs. So a lot of baseball to play. If I voted today, would he be the MVP? He'd be in that conversation, no doubt about that. Fun guy to watch, man. He's a fun dude. My buddy Carl wrote in, his weekly woohoo is his oldest son, Sam, is turning 8 years old. That doesn't seem, that's one of those no way.
You know, Ryan, if you want to win, you have to go through the proper channels and either call the show or do the email.
Ryan didn't want to, he don't want to win. He don't want to win. Neither
That's
does
his
Melanie.
oldest?
Neither does Melanie, who wrote in her woohoo, and she said, I just spent 40 minutes looking for a vape that happened to fall inside my pillowcase. I might have cried, but I didn't quit.
Hold on. She was looking for a vape that fell inside her pillowcase?
You don't know the struggle. You don't know. I can tell by the indignant tone that you just started your conversation there.
I have flashbacks when I would see my old man in bed smoking, right? And now, and I'm like, what are you
just
doing?
Imagine the anxiety if your old man had woke up and couldn't find his pack of smokes.
No, he fell asleep a lot of times. The ash is like here. I'm surprised he didn't start the house on fire. Vaping in bed.
I did. I had an interesting new experience yesterday. Okay. Speaking of habits, my buddy Tommy wanted me to meet a friend of his.
Now he's your barber, right?
My buddy Tommy, yeah, Tommy Carter, my barber. He's like, I got a guy who I cut his hair, and he's a friend of mine, and he listens to your show, and he wants to. He'd like to meet you. And man, I met this fascinating dude. Okay, I met Ryan, who used to be a cop in Newton, and we went and had breakfast first. We had 1,000 connections, including one of we share a guy and. He's a gun guy, worked for Brownells for many years, and I knew when he was a gun guy that he would know my buddy Michael Ware. Michael was a Second Amendment lobbyist for many years. He's a wonderful, brilliant man that I know. So I mentioned Michael, and I saw his eyes light up, and we were instantly friends. Well, part of our day yesterday, we ended up going to the Iowa Cigar Company.
Okay.
Are you a cigar smoker?
Every once in a while I'll get a cigar out and I'll sit on the back patio. The reason I probably stopped is I just don't like the taste in my mouth for like 3 days afterwards.
Yeah,
right?
I did have to come home and brush my teeth. I did have to get that taste out of my mouth. And the smell is still on the clothes.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy I don't think I've ever had a good cigar, I think is maybe the problem.
Did you have an Arturo Fuente? Did you have a Cohiba?
I had a Liga number 9. Does that mean anything to you?
No. What was it, about $12, $13 cigar?
I think that one was like $16, $17.
Wow.
Cigar. Yeah.
Now, was it a Maduro? So a darker wrap or a lighter wrap?
It was. I got a very good education. So we got out to the Iowa Cigar Company, and a high school friend of mine owns that place, Chad Earhart. And I walked in, I got to see Chad, and so then he gave me the full education about he gave me a coffee comparison as far as when you're looking at the leaf of a cigar. There's lighter roasts, essentially.
Yeah.
Lighter flavors, and there's deeper, darker flavors like coffee. He explained to me the difference between short, fat cigars and long, skinny cigars, that the the leaf is actually what gives you most of the flavor, and that's where the best leaves are saved for that wrapper. So a long, skinny cigar, you're going to get more of that leafy flavor and less of the filler. So anyway, it was an awesome experience. Sat down, smoked a cigar with some guys.
Nice.
There was a former Iowa football player in there. I won't mention who it was because he probably, no reason to out the guy. There's a TV in there that they dedicate to him because he's in there a lot, and they let him sit there and watch TV. And he was watching TLC, some show about little people. And I'm like, this is what's on. He was like, oh, there's another show with littler people.
With littler people.
These people are big compared to the little people.
Oh, Ross, when it comes to sports and introductions, we always say you have to win the press conference, right? You got to win the press conference. Purdue hired Tommy McClellan away from Rice University, and he did not win the press conference.
Oh.
Didn't even come close to winning the press conference.
I saw this yesterday.
Here's Tommy McClellan, the new athletic director at Purdue, and he got one soundbite out of a long 30-minute press conference.
And
he got one soundbite.
And he would have been better off having zero.
Yes. If he had zero, nobody's talking about Purdue. He had one soundbite, and in one 13-second soundbite, he lost the press conference.
Every recruit, every current student athlete will hear this message repeatedly. We are here to win championships. If you don't want to win championships, go to Indiana.
What an idiot. What an absolute idiot. Read the room, know the history, and you are a professional. You are an athletic director at a Big Ten university. You read everything from a script. Now, when you wrote that on your script, you wanted it to be funny. The joke didn't land.
A couple people laughed in the room.
But I think it was I can't believe you just said that.
Travis, I think he really lost it in just those last sentences. Not even last sentences, last words. Every recruit that comes to Purdue University is going to be told that they're expected to win championships. That doesn't make national news.
No.
If you want to win championships, come to Purdue. If you don't want to win championships, don't come to Purdue. That doesn't make headlines. Doesn't get a laugh in the room. You don't get those four guys that you just got to laugh at you. But you also what was the athletic director's name who said we really have to consider where Iowa is as a program?
That was Sean Eichhorst, who is now at Wisconsin. Sean Eichhorst, in one of the most idiotic things ever said, might have just been topped by Tommy McClellan.
This does top that. Because, again, Nebraska had actually won against Iowa in their last meeting when he said
yes.
That. And at the time, Nebraska was, kind of trying back on that ascension route, right? So that, even though it was stupid, really stupid, and ended up coming back and biting him in the ass several times, at least there was a modicum of him being able to stand on some sort of pedestal of high ground, right? And go, hey, we just won. We're better than them.
Well,
Indiana just rewrote the history books.
They just won, of all titles, the one everybody wants to win, and that's football. That makes you relevant in a way that is beyond relevance.
I have to ask, when was the last time Purdue won anything?
Well, I can't, it depends on what kind of championships you're talking about, Ross.
You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, let's just put it this way. In the NCAA National Team Championships, Indiana has 26 NCAA national titles. Purdue has 3. Women's golf.
Doesn't count. Sorry.
Men's golf.
Nope.
And women's basketball.
women's basketball has become that kind of big fourth sport, right? In
Indiana has 8 in men's soccer, 8 in men's and women's diving. Men's, another 5 in men's basketball, 3 in men's cross country, 1 in football, 1 in men's track and field, and 1 in wrestling. So
they have a wrestling national title?
1932, but they have it. It counts.
Sure. And I don't mean to. Basketball and football are what we'd be talking about here.
Yes. And so they have a football one, and they have 5 men's national titles. Now, if you want to talk Big Ten titles, Purdue actually leads that race 83-75. But when Indiana just won the football championship, you don't drop that line. You lost the press conference.
Super dumb.
Now, we're not influencers, but when Dave Portnoy is like, fire this guy, and Dan Dockich, who's an Indiana grad, is like, I mean, let's read the room a little bit.
No, if you're an Indiana guy, you look at this and go, yeah, bring it. Signetti's going to light his ass up. Travis, you also nailed it. You picked up very astute observation of noticing that he was actually just reading from a script. He never really looked up and tried to address the room. He just had the words on a page, and he let his eyes follow those words and then say the words that his eyes were seeing.
Another thing he said during the press conference.
Curt Signetti is going to stand up at his next press conference. Peacocks. What day is that Purdue game?
If you don't think there's going to be an ass kicking that takes place,
I'm not one for predictions, but we're going to have to use the clock to keep our score that day. And everybody in the room nobody's going to laugh. Everybody in the room's going to go,
"Oh, he's fucking serious."
He means it. He means it.
And by the way, if Beth Getz would have done this, or if Jamie Pollard would have done this,
we'd been like,
yes,
Jamie missed on this one, man. Now, could I see Jamie Pollard saying something like this in you know what I mean, having that sort of swagger in it? Yeah, but he wouldn't be reading it from a page either.
No, and he's savvy enough to take a dig without.
I don't think he would have thrown a team at the end. Maybe he would have thrown Iowa. Maybe he would have thrown Iowa at the end of it. Now that I'm saying it. I cannot wait for the next Curt Signetti press conference. And maybe that's me. Listen, maybe that's what the Purdue AD was thinking.
What do you think?
Let me
think of
stoke this fire.
What do you think of this? He comes from Rice, right? He's been down south. He's been in that Sun Belt League and all that other stuff. He's reading from his paper. It took a lot for me to take this responsibility and take this opportunity. This is home. No, you don't call it home yet. You're not able to call it home until you've established. Jamie Pollard came from Wisconsin. When you say, "Hey, when he says Ames is home," you go, "Okay, yeah, absolutely." On day one, you don't go, "This is home." No, it's not. Not yet.
Just
doesn't work that way.
It's just the pandering.
It is total pandering.
Reads from the page. I've never felt more comfortable in a place than I do here in Lafayette.
West Lafayette.
West Lafayette.
You know, sometimes you need a drink that feels different. Fresca delivers a crisp citrus taste that's bright, refreshing, and perfect for any time of day. Whether you're enjoying it straight from the can over ice or your favorite mocktail mixer, Fresca brings a little extra refreshment to every moment. Grab a Fresca and taste why so many people are making it their go-to citrus refreshment. Fresca from Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is no job, you know. A front row tickets to every show, you know. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie, you know.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles, you know. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
At Iowa Floor Covering, we believe great floors start with great service. Whether you're looking for a plush carpet, durable LVP, timeless hardwood, stylish laminate, or beautiful tile, including custom tile showers, we'll help you find the perfect fit. No pressure, no pushy sales tactics, just honest guidance from a team that listens. DIY Weekend Warrior, we've got the products and advice to set you up for success. Iowa Floor Covering, floors you'll love from people you can trust.
There are a lot of reasons to want a self-driving mower from Iowa Mobotics.
Being automated gives me more time to do my hobbies.
I travel so much for work that I don't have time to take care of the lawn, but I still care about how it looks.
And I'm just lazy. Gives me time to work in the wood shop instead of spending it on the mower.
It works in my schedule.
And I just really hate doing it.
No matter your reason, with Iowa Mobotics, spend less time mowing, more time living.
Hey everybody, Mason Miller, sales manager out here at Willis Infinity, and this month we have some exciting new offers going on. Right now you can get an all-new 2027 QX60 with rates as low as 2.9% plus $1,000 in special finance cash, or lease it with $1,000 in lease cash. Also, we're running low on 2026 QX80s. Get one now for 0% for 60 months. For more information on these exciting offers and more, visit us online at willisinfinity.com or stop by our showroom.
You love the Hawkeyes. You love hot takes. Combine them after every game this season with the Black and Gold Rush on the Rush Radio Network.
The best bread is made from scratch, freshly baked with locally sourced ingredients and love. At Big Sky Bread, we take great pride in our delicious products. We know you'll enjoy them almost as much as we enjoy baking them. Try our newly rebranded granola. Specially handmade, our amazing granola makes for a delightful treat. You can order online, purchase at local grocery retailers, or find us at the downtown Des Moines Farmers Market every Saturday. We look forward to serving you.
For people who like to save money.
Do you or a loved one suffer from chronic overspending, getting less but paying more? Then you may have a case of big HVAC. Now is the time to try Priority One. We set our own prices, which means you pay for what you need, not for anything else. And if you need a heating service or a new furnace, now is the time to try Priority One.
Side effects of Priority One include increased happiness, extra peace of mind, and bonus cash for whatever you want. Please use responsibly.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
Hi, it's Noel. At Fiscus Jewelers, we're honored by the fact that our customers continue to come back on purpose, and that trust means everything to us. For years, we've been privileged to be a part of life's most meaningful moments, and we never take that responsibility lightly. We proudly offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, cutting-edge custom designs, including free CAD drawings, and a team that takes the time to get it right. Thank you for choosing us year after year. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
The Rush, presented by Willis Automotive, is back because apparently Travis and Ross have even more to say.
Hour number 2 of the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive, and they've announced their State Fair specials. I'm going to be sharing this on social media later today, but some really good State Fair specials coming up from Willis Automotive, and all these deals are good through August 31st, like a 2026 Nissan Murano, 0% financing for 60 months plus $1,000 in NMAC loyalty cash, or the 2026 Nissan Pathfinder, Rogue, or Frontier, 0% financing for 60 months, for well-qualified buyers who finance with NMAC. So get those deals at willisauto.com. The State Fair specials running through August 31st. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushladio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. Leave your comments in the comment section. The weekly Woo-Hoo from the Iowa Lottery still going. You can call at 515-517-2303. You can go to therushladio.com, go to the promo tab, click on Woo-Hoo, and tell us what made you go Woo-Hoo. We've had a couple good ones today so far. And, of course, follow us on social media. I'm Travis Justice. He's Ross Peterson. It's race weekend, Ross. Start your engines. Start your engines. Newton going to be packed this weekend. The Iowa Corn 350 officially sold out on Sunday. There are limited seats available for Friday's race and for Saturday's race. So tickets going well. But the fact that they sold out the Cup race is a big deal. But the big news that dropped yesterday from NASCAR is this. NASCAR will be coming back in 2027. And you and I were talking on the phone last night, and I go, hey, guess what? NASCAR announced that the race is coming back next year. And you're like, okay. I go, July 4th weekend. You're like, okay. And you're like, whoa, July 4th weekend. That changes the dynamic of it.
That is huge. 4th of July NASCAR at Newton, that's going to be a party.
Run a night race, and you end with the mother of all fireworks displays. You're calling Wade at Iowa Fireworks Farm right now and go, get the illegal shit. You bring get all this stuff. All this stuff. You bring Lee Greenwood in for a post-race concert. Okay, I'm exaggerating there, and then you end it.
Bring in a real
fireworks.
American. Bring in a true proud American, not this pandering Lee Greenwood bullshit. That amazing announcement for the Iowa Speedway. Could we get Eric on?
He's supposed to join us next week. Remember when we talked to him, we said, hey, can you join us after the race? I wrote him yesterday. I said, hey, it was a big day.
God. So that announcement, literally, Travis, kind of, you just said it. I literally, for a half second there, forgot that they have Indy this weekend. That's how big NASCAR is. That's how big NASCAR is. And it's...
I think what they're seeing with...
For that place. That's awesome.
With tracks like the Iowa Speedway. Is it the biggest track on the NASCAR circuit? No, but they're filling it up. If you go to the Brickyard 400 a couple weeks ago, and I understand it's Indianapolis Motor Speedway, a lot of empty seats.
Yeah.
Outside of Talladega and Daytona, they're not packing these places like they used to.
Yeah.
July 4th this year, it was Chicagoland Speedway. You're in Chicago for the 250th, and they're going, what's a better place for July 4th weekend? Iowa Speedway. Because Eric Peterson's running this thing right. Oh, and you know what else they're going to do, Ross? As soon as the race is over on Sunday, starting on Monday, they're going to resurface the whole track, and they're going to do additional track upgrades. So when we have Eric back on, what do those upgrades look like? How long does it take to resurface the track? I mean, it's a pretty big track. The Iowa Speedway, and thank God NASCAR bought that track. Because if NASCAR didn't buy that track, it probably would have been bulldozed and become a cornfield again, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it was dying. It was on life support. You didn't know what was going to happen. Thank God Indy ran there for a little bit because kind of kept it relevant. NASCAR swoops in and says, we'll put a cup race there. Oh, we'll come back. We'll come back again. And now you're getting a premier weekend. I think July. I mean, is there anything more American than NASCAR on July 4th?
I mean, it's a great time. It couldn't be better for the Iowa Speedway. Travis, this was, when you say it was really close to being like mothballed and turned back into a cornfield, and I don't think people realize how close it was. In fact, this is really weird. The conversation I had yesterday with that Ryan guy that was so fascinating, he's like good friends with Eric. He's super good friends with Eric. So we talked a little bit of NASCAR and he had spent some time in Newton. We talked a little bit about the track and stuff and the history of the track. when NASCAR bought it, it went through a lot of different ownership changes for a while there. Remember, Rusty was involved and the Clement family.
Actually, you know what's funny? On my Facebook page the other day, it popped up me, you, and Tim Fisher with Rusty Wallace. What was that restaurant we went to? That was 15 years ago.
Dude, we went to Johnny's Italian Steakhouse on the South Side.
That's what it was.
We had lunch, or we had breakfast with a group of listeners, and then we pulled a name, and one of those listeners, he and his wife, got to go with us. I don't remember. Do you remember their names? I've met them a few times since then. I'm really good at that. I feel horrible. I'm really good at that. And then I've run into them a few times. They're like, Ross, do you remember us? Like, they're like, we're the folks that flew on the jet with you. I was like, I was in La La Land. Penelope Cruz could have been on that flight with me. I wouldn't have known it. Lisa Turtle herself could have been on that flight. I was on Rusty Wallace's private jet, and he was flying it. Thanks, by the way.
You know, somebody said, God, am I listening to a Chris Williams podcast? We're talking racing. This is bigger than racing. You're talking about a major sport in NASCAR. Is it as major as it was 20 years ago? Probably not. But it's still the Cup Series. And that track was built for the Cup. And people are looking at the investment 6, 7, 8 years ago going, what are we doing here? We have this track that's draining cash. How do you save it? You save it by the Cup Series coming to Newton. Outside the NCAA basketball tournament, is this the biggest sporting event in the state of Iowa?
I think the Cyhawk game.
Okay, that's fair.
Is still number one.
Okay. Okay, let me rephrase. Outside our universities, which happen every single year, right? Let's say something independent. It has to be. Knoxville Nationals are right up there. Probably don't get the
good point. Good point.
Yeah, but it's not the Cup Series. If you asked all those guys who drove Outlaws if they could be in the Cup Series, they'd probably we'll drive the Cup.
All right. So Chris changes this a little bit because maybe this is actually what you meant. Nationally.
Yeah.
So like if I were to say who's the most popular people from Iowa, we forget about Slipknot. Like internationally, it's Slipknot. The most famous Iowans ever. I don't even know who John Wayne is. The Field of Dreams game, Donnie says. What about that? That's
coming up this week too, isn't it?
Think so.
I mean, I would put the Field of Dreams on there. But
Irish Hawkeye's right. If we could just get the Fat and Fit games off the grounds, that would probably be the new number one.
I don't disagree with you on that. Have Trent Condon do play-by-play? But just, I hope NASCAR. Well, Eric Peterson's probably going to go. I mean, look what he's done. NASCAR may have bigger plans for Eric Peterson too, right? I mean, but sometimes you go, you're the right guy for this track.
That could be. I mean, that's an interesting conversation for Eric to see if that's his goal is to keep moving up. Congratulations! It's great news. That's the like home run for them.
So if you're going to the races this weekend, have fun, be safe. You got Dierks Bentley coming up on Sunday.
Feel the rumble. You've been, right, to a NASCAR race?
I have not been to a Cup Series race. I went to the Indy race at Iowa Speedway, and they haven't been there for 3 or 4 years.
That's a different.
Yeah.
That's a like.
That's it.
Yeah, that's a yeah.
But that's just big news. And they did it earlier this year. I think NASCAR waited till like October or November last year to announce that the Cup was coming back to Iowa. This year, right before the race, they say, hey, don't worry. And you know the smart thing about that, Ross? You're going to have a captive audience at Iowa Speedway. Let's hope it's a great weekend of racing. and people go, I'm going to buy my tickets right now. You put up a flash sale going, you buy your tickets for next year's race. It's the 4th of July.
They're going to have a hard time selling that bad boy. I mean, remember when Eric talked to us about how quickly the like those premium camping spots and
because they're going to add more of those. They could be sold out. They could get down to the weekend and be sold out already.
Maybe. I know 4th of July is busy for everybody. We should really try to do that thing that we've always talked about of going over there and spending some time in the campground. It's a whole different world.
Different culture. We're just going to walk around, have a little bit of fun, pull up a chair, drink a beer with you.
Maybe we could talk to Plaza RV and see if they'd let us, park one over there for a couple days.
But Eric might be going, hey, you're going to have to pay for this because it's premium.
You're right. You think I'm going to give you this thing when there's people are lined up to pay me thousands of dollars for it?
But we can do all 3 shows live from the campground.
Look at this guy selling. Always be selling.
That's right. We should do that. Where are you spending the 4th of July? Newton?
NASCAR. That's a wonderful, wonderful announcement.
So, again, races tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday with the Iowa Corn 350. And I was looking today. The average race time out there is about 3 hours long. 2 years ago, the average speed was over 100, about 102 miles an hour. Last year was 92, so the speeds dropped last year. Could have been cautions and a whole bunch of stuff that played into that.
I do that on the way to Kinnick.
And you're getting past because once you get on I-80 past Altoona, I white knuckle. I'm like, you fuckers are going fast. That's all I know.
In the slow lane, 92, getting past like you're tied to a tree.
Yeah.
Hawk flags going.
And then you got somebody in a makeshift Silverado and they've got like giant wheels on it and flags flying.
We had the Hawk van, the Astro van.
Jesus drives an Astro van.
It's like I wonder what year that bad boy was. 1990 Astro van, something like that. Carl said painted this thing black and put some Hawk pinstripes on it, decals. That bad boy made if it could talk. It could incriminate a lot of us.
Flags is a 1999.
99? That Astro van was a 99? You mean 1899?
Tyler promptly says Astrovans were shit.
No, they were the shit. He didn't say they were shit. Go back to that. He didn't say that.
Oh, you're right. I read it wrong.
Astrovans
were the shit. Yes.
2 bench seats in that bad boy? What? You're telling me we can cram an unlimited number of people into this thing?
Hey, I've got a Ford Econoline that we're going to be selling here pretty quick.
You still have it?
Oh, we still have it. It's parked in Owen's driveway. It's going to go on the marketplace. It's got a brand new tranny in it. Got a brand new gas tank in it. You may want to buy it. Let me know. If you're a carpet layer, it'd be really good for you. Should sell it to the guys at Iowa Floor Covering. You got some installers that need a van? Yeah, I think it's going to go on. It's going to go on the sales block. Speaking of selling things, I was kind of shocked at this, but it makes sense. You and I announced yesterday that heading into the 50th year of the Unidome, they are now selling the naming rights for the Unidome.
Yeah, real Sec Taylor situation happening here.
Well, and that's the whole thing, right? Is that I understand the reason to do it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you've had 50 years of branding.
As the Unidome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when Wells... Now, don't get mad at me, Chris. When Wells Fargo Arena opened, it was Wells Fargo Arena from day one. and now it's Casey Center. So it's always had a name, right? It's not like Vets Auditorium. I mean,
how many people? I've transitioned on the Casey Center a lot easier than I thought I was going to. When that happened, I was like, oh, it's always going to be the Well. Like 2 weeks later, I was like,
yeah. But it's always had a corporate name, so you've kind of gone along with it.
That's why that is. Okay.
Yeah. So, but the Unidome has 50 years of branding where it's the Unidome. Or to most kids in Iowa who play high school football, it's like, it's the Dome, right?
Dome.
I mean, it's
that's
the
a good
Dome.
way to put it too, right?
And so I understand why they're doing it. Now, I don't know if I agree. Megan Franklin's doing a good job at UNI, and they're trying to find new money. To me, and maybe I should have a conversation with. Remember when they put Mid-America Energy on the field at Jack Trice? Because they weren't going to name the stadium, they named the field. They just said, "Hey, it's Mid-America Energy Field." The McLeod Center at UNI is a good example. It opened the McLeod Center, so it's always been the McLeod Center. But if you're putting out a press release saying, "Hey, if you're interested in this, give us a call," to me, you don't even announce it. You start doing stuff behind the scenes. Do you want to name the Unidome? Do you want to have your name? And then you say, "Hey, the Unidome has a partner. We're going to call it blank, the dome, the blank dome at Northern Iowa," or something like that.
I think. Can you still call it like some of the folks have written in? Kind of what I would. Can you just keep the Unidome at the back end of it? Meaning, the principal insurance Unidome.
That's what I would do.
The Wells Fargo Unidome, the Chase Bank Unidome. What are some possible? What would be the best fits? Pioneer. I mean,
I don't know.
Go cliche and go farmy, go ag. The Stein Seeds Unidome.
John Deere, as Berger points out. And I don't know what naming, is there more value in the Unidome because of the high school football that takes place there, or the
the John Deere Dome doesn't sound bad, but the John Deere Unidome, can you keep it like that?
If I was a corporate partner, I would have my press conference, and this is how you win people over. Say, yes, we're doing this to help out Northern Iowa. But we're not going to lose the 50 years of history and understand that people call it the Unidome. That's why it's the blank Unidome. We don't want to lose it.
Yeah, you go to a Beck's, which would be a good one. You say, listen, your best value out of this is to keep that Unidome thing. The Beck's Unidome. That will catch on. The Beck's Dome. It's a good question, Travis, about did they get more value out of the high school tournament? I mean, as just as an advertiser.
As an advertiser.
I think yeah, probably. AC's Unidome.
I mean, Wells Fargo or Casey Center, see, because I said it earlier, that's what, at $1.8 million a year, I think it is. And Chris, if I'm wrong, correct me, but I think it's like one. And so it's not at that level.
Oh, not even close. Because the number of people that are going through those doors and seeing all of that and driving past that on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Not even close.
I would probably, and I'm not shooting my shot here, but you're probably looking at a $500,000 a year commitment.
Okay.
And I would want 10 years out of that. And maybe I'm undervaluing the Unidome. I don't know. It would be interesting to see what they're asking, though. But you will have a hard time having people call it the Deer Dome or whatever, because it's for 50 years, it's been the Unidome.
Yeah. I think you're right, Travis, for just the Dome for a long time in Iowa. Trying to think of other companies that would be a good fit. Like if Quick Star did it, could they call it the Quick Trip Dome?
No, it'd be the Quick Star Dome, right?
Well, I mean, they're
Quick Trip in Wisconsin.
There really are Quick Trip.
I think there would be a lawsuit filed out over that because they had to change the Quick Star to come to Iowa. I mean, as much as we think corporations make a lot of money, and they do, that's still a big hit if you're doing between $500 and $1 million a year?
Yeah.
Because who pays for that? The consumer pays for that.
Trav, did you see? Well, I talked about this with Sean on Wednesday as well. Did you see what SMU did?
No.
SMU, their quarterback decided he was going to. He had some offers to go other places, and decided he was going to come back and finish his college career at SMU. To reward him for that loyalty, they named the rehabilitation center after him. Yeah, look this up. I'm really interested in your take on this. Like a legit big building that this family had donated millions of dollars for. Last year, they came up with this idea of why not put a player's name on this? And so they decided to reward this quarterback. Part of his NIL deal is his name goes on the building for the rehab center. I want you to look into that and tell me if there's something in there, like what there's a hidden advantage in there somewhere for somebody. I don't know. I don't understand. Does he get?
We're going to pay you this, but we're going to value it at this. We're going to put your name on it.
I'm wondering.
And you'll be part of SMU history the rest of your life, or until we build a new one. Which they haven't told him that in the master plan, they're going to build a new rehabilitation center, and that one's going to be destroyed in like 2 years.
I'm interested to see it. The story I read, it did seem cool. It was like they really were doing this as like a thank you to it. But I'd be interested in you reading that and tell me what I missed in that.
I wonder if they're going to name after Tyler Kluver at the University of Iowa.
That's a fun one to think about.
We can ask him when he comes on, but we do have a couple more Iowa Lottery Weekly. Oh, we got to make that louder. Coming in. This one's from Brian. After work today, I go to Iowa Speedway for the NASCAR race, and on Sunday night, I go to Knoxville for a week of Knoxville Nationals. Going to make more friends and have fun. It will also be my girlfriend's first NASCAR race. I was thrilled to hear next year's NASCAR Cup race is on July 4th, so I can attend the 360 Knoxville Nationals next year. Whoever won the Iowa Speedway tickets last Friday will have to sit next to me at the races this weekend. Woo-hoo. Hey, you're going to the races. Good job there. This one from Clinton. What a great... I like the name Clinton.
Like has a first name. Yeah.
I was able to get tickets to the Field of Dreams game, and I'm taking my dad, brother, and uncle. Baseball was our lives growing up, and this will be a true bucket list item.
That's freaking awesome.
How did you get tickets, and how much did you pay? Wow.
When your name's Clinton Fordham the Ninth, you're working with old money.
Clinton Fordham the Ninth. Hey.
Oh man, this has made it difficult. Okay.
I know. And I'm going to let you pick the winner because I always pick them when they get off the air. So
no, I can't pick the winner today because one of the people said I had to pick them.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I think I'm going to add something to TJ's though.
Okay.
He's going fishing up in Canada.
Yeah.
With a couple of rods he went over and bought from Glenn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Attaboy. That changes the game because he supported somebody. That changes the game a lot. Hey, yeah. Gary Presnell is a mortgage originator with Community Choice Credit Union in the Des Moines metro market. He can get you pre-approved in 30 minutes, and pre-approvals can be done after hours and on the weekends. Gary's been the state of Iowa's top mortgage originator for the past 8 years. Gary specializes in financing first-time buyers, conventional loans, VA loans, FHA, and he also finances new construction loans. Gary's been financing homes the past 25 years, and you can trust him with the largest purchase you're going to make. Call him at 515-975-6767, or you can email him at gary.presnell@comchoicecu.org. Our buddy Tyler Kluver joins us next on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That can make you a My Dream Job is no job, you know. A front row tickets to every show, you know. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie, you know.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles, you know. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
Willis Chevrolet's Summer of Savings is on now, and the deals are turning up the heat. You'll find a huge selection of new, used, and Car Bravo certified vehicles, all ready for your next road trip, daily drive, or whatever summer throws your way. Right now, you can take advantage of 0% for 5 years on the dependable Silverado and 0% for 36 months on the versatile Equinox and the affordable Trax. It's the perfect time to get into the Chevy you've been eyeing. Don't wait. Shop Willis Chevrolet's Summer of Savings here in Granger or online at willischevy.com.
Another day in paradise.
You said it, buddy. Wait, I shop at Tim.
With over 20 years of experience, Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions can help.
I don't like the sound of that.
Whether it's birds in your dryer vent, ants in your kitchen, or bats in your attic.
Did you just say bats?
Call us today and see how Bats and Bugs can help prevent your home from becoming their home.
Not good. Not good.
Well, it's been nice knowing you. I'm out of here.
Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions. Even the pests know.
So I think what's unique about Urology Center of Iowa is that we are a truly independent, single specialty clinic.
We have a mantra that the patient comes first, the group comes second, and we as individual surgeons come last.
When I meet with a patient for the first time, I want them to feel heard. I never want them to feel like I'm in a rush.
Just watching the change that you can make in a patient's life, it's everything.
Schedule an appointment at iowauro.com.
I like to buy America, go from hometowns near and far. All pursuing happiness, doesn't matter who you are. That's the real thing.
Loving the Rush? Of course you are. Keep listening for more local sports content on The Lunch Rush with Trent Condon from 11 to 1 and Beyond the Bench with Sean Roberts and Lucas Strain from 4 to 6 every day. It's all here on the Rush Radio Network.
Fresh, wild walleyes. This summer, point your compass north to Ballard's Resort on Lake of the Woods. Ballard's Lake of the Woods long-standing family resort offers a pole-in-hand guided fishing experience along with all-inclusive packages that include lodging and meals. Chase 10-pound trophies with the walleye capital of the world's most established fleet. Your adventure for fresh, wild walleyes awaits at Ballard's Resort. Set the hook at ballardsresort.com.
Hi, I'm Tom, owner of Central City Liquors. Our customers love us because we offer a large selection at an affordable price. And to keep costs low for you, we don't splurge on fancy promotions and expensive equipment. This commercial is being shot on a phone taped to a stick. Anyway, we are proud to announce our new rewards program that allows customers to save more the more they buy. So don't spend more to pay for fancy commercials. Save at Central City, where we know what's important. I told you we should have used duct tape.
What's going on, everybody? It's Bobby here at Willis Volvo Cars, and I'm here to tell you that if you haven't looked at a Volvo in a while, you're in for something amazing. We have cars with 455 horsepower, Bowers & Wilkins audio system, 22-inch wheels, and a ride that would blow your mind. And with 1.99% financing up to 72 months, we'll be able to find the vehicle that you're looking for in your budget. Or call, click, or visit us at willisvolvocars.com. Stop on down to the showroom, take a ride. You'll be glad you did.
The Rush, presented by Willis Automotive, returns now with fresh sports takes and at least one unnecessary rant.
You know, sometimes the key to feeling better comes from just being seen for what you need. Urology Center of Iowa has a dedicated men's health wellness center with services from low testosterone to managing the effects of aging. But more than that, UCI is the place to go when you want to be seen like a man, not a patient. You don't want somebody else's treatment. You deserve yours. Schedule an appointment with UCI today at iowauro.com. Earlier in the week, the coach's top 25 college football preseason poll came out. And I think Tyler Coover was excited because I was ranked. And look how jacked he is. He's jacked today. He's got the cut-off sleeves, showing the muscles.
Blue, if I got a text from a buddy, he had gone back on apparently your Facebook profile, your Twitter profile is like you and your wedding photo.
My Twitter is like, a picture of me and my family.
Yeah. You look really young in your Facebook profile, though. It's
one
like,
of them is
my
it's like
Facebook
a
profile?
wedding. It's like a wedding photo. It's like you and your. It looks like you and your wife on your wedding day.
My Facebook one might be. I'd never get on my.
You look like you are 11 years old.
Yeah.
And my buddy sends this to me, and he's like, "There's no way you're going to convince me this guy's an elite athlete."
Fair.
But you are an elite athlete.
How old were you when you got married? You had the beard and you were bald, but you're
No, I wasn't bald. I wasn't bald.
Oh, you weren't bald. Okay, you were okay.
That's why. Did I have the beard? I would have had the beard.
Not like it. Maybe you did. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you didn't. I know you look
If
like
I reverse
Kyle.
if I reverse this and I let the hair grow out and I shave the beard,
You look like a kid.
I immediately look. I actually did it. Last season, I made a bet with my co-host Kevin that Penn State would beat Indiana. Penn State had been so close. Remember, guys, last year?
Yeah.
They lost those games. They ended up like a 6-6 team, but they might have been the best 6-6 team that's ever been. They took us to the wire. They went to Indiana, or was that at Penn State? I can't remember.
That was at Penn State. Remember, it was the touchdown with the toes
Oh,
right
that's
at the
back of the end zone.
Yeah, one of the greatest catches of the year.
It was the weekend of the Oregon game for Iowa because I was there for the reunion. They brought back the 15 team. We were watching it at the tailgate, and I had made a bet with Kevin. I think Indiana knocks off either Ohio State or Penn State. They played them in back-to-back weeks, and the bet was like, well, we both have like pretty thick beards that are like standard to our look. And I was like, well, loser has to shave their face, baby face, like clean razor. I lost, so I shaved my face, and that week everyone was like, "Oh my god, you look." So I do have like a baby face. I have like I don't know. I've been told I have like very soft eyes. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But yeah, my profile
you make love to the
picture.
camera when you bat those baby blues. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I have real great eyelashes. But yeah, my Facebook profile picture probably is like a wedding photo. We got married in 2019. I was 25.
7 years ago.
Yeah. And I was 7 years previous to where I'm at now in my fitness journey. So I looked different. I was still coming off of
You mentioned
240 and pudgy trying to make the NFL.
You mentioned that it was a bet that you lost. Travis, do you ever do that? You ever do like I saw the thing that I've seen a lot lately are these fantasy football punishment bets.
Oh, so good.
Have you seen this, Travis? For a person finishes dead last in their league, and so like one was a guy had to sit in the trailer. His friends pulled him in a flatbed trailer in a parade with a sign that said, "I finished last in fantasy football," and he was duct taped to the chair. He was given a tennis racket to defend himself, and his buddies walked around and gave water balloons to all the kids. So the kids took water balloons and chucked water balloons at him as he was going through the parade, and he had a tennis racket to defend himself. I saw one the other day where they asked a guy had to go play 18 holes of golf with two random strangers and not have a ball.
No ball.
Couldn't tell him what he was doing. Had to play all 18 holes.
The recap video was amazing. That he
It's
put out.
hilarious, isn't it?
He's like, all right, so I step up to hole one here, stripe it right down the middle.
Now, could he go into the woods and find a ball and play with it if he found one?
Yeah, the one guy pick up his gimme. He's like, that's within a foot or so. I'm just gonna have Charlie tap that in.
Thanks, Charlie. That one was hilarious.
I try not to get myself into bets. I've had this goatee, I think, since 1997. So I was working for a Fox affiliate at the time, and NASCAR, believe it or not, was moving to Fox, and that was a big deal. So I went to Las Vegas to drive at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I did the Richard Petty experience, and I thought, well, I want to look NASCAR. So I did a save it or shave it thing on television, and everybody said save it. So I've had a goatee since 1997.
If there was a public vote and people told me to do something with my facial hair, I'd go with that, whatever they said.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
I think that a fun punishment would be that if you finish dead last, and I really do think we could get like Troy Plummer on board with this. And maybe this is such a good idea that we could get Brian Harden on board with it, but I doubt it. This doesn't seem like this is really within Drake's framework. I think it would be a great fantasy football punishment if the guy that finishes dead last in your league has to do a halftime performance at a Grandview basketball game. 2 minutes, whatever he wants to do, whatever he can come up with to entertain a crowd. For 2 minutes, he's got to do a halftime show. He can.
I want Bill Blank to do this and lose and do 2 minutes of stand up at Drake.
Well,
at the
that almost wouldn't be fair. Because he's used to that. He's used to being up in front of crowds.
Yeah.
He's got the material ready. You know what I mean? That would be nothing. Hell, Bill could do that right now.
Tyler, if you lost that bet and had to do a 2 minute routine, would you do like a CrossFit workout? What would you do if you had 2 minutes at half court?
Yeah, I'd roll a barbell out there and I'd do a.
Why not?
First of all, I don't think that'd be good for the court. Yeah, I don't know. I can solve Rubik's cubes. I could do that.
Oh, that's a talent.
Can you really? How fast can you do it?
I got this sitting on my desk that I just play with.
What the? It's not a Rubik's cube. What is that?
He bought that at the Mississippi Watermelon Festival at Touch of Tism.
That's a little touch of Tism. You got a little touch of Tism?
Yeah, the touch of Tism that I have is Rubik's cubes. Yeah, no, I learned how to solve these in like 8th grade, and then got super into them, and still super into them.
Do you ever do the competition thing with that? Have you?
No, I've never gone to a competition. I'm not that good.
You've seen the kids that I've gotten into. There's a whole documentary about the Rubik's Cube competitions.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm fully aware of them. I talk about a touch of Tism. You go to one of those things. That's the book. That's you're in it there. Have
you seen?
No, I can do them if I were to go to a competition and solve the normal 3x3. I don't have one on my desk. I mean, those kids are. I mean, the world record right now is like 4 or 5 seconds. Most of those kids at competitions are solving at like 7-ish average, maybe 7 to 10. I can solve one at like, if I'm really fast, in like 24 or 25 seconds, maybe 20 seconds.
Damn. And it's all it's mathematics, right? I mean, it's the number of turns. There's a pattern to it, correct?
Yeah. You're not so much worried about. I mean, you are worried about the colors, but you're worried about like the positions on the cube. So you solve like the first cross, and then the first layer, and then the second layer, and then.
So you're able to see things. We learn something new about you every week. This is what I love about this: is that if you would have told me you were a Rubik's Cube guy, I would have never bought it. Now you're like, okay.
I'll have the bucket of my Rubik's Cube collection sits out in our basement. I'll have it ready for next week.
So that one you have right there, could you solve that in 24 seconds right now?
No.
Okay.
No, this is a 7x7.
Okay.
So just same thing. There's a bunch of like different shapes and why. Like, I'll send you a link to a website. You can peruse around the world of Rubik's Cubes. But this is just your normal square cube, just more layers.
They just have to have odd numbers, Travis. It has to be 3, 5, 7.
No, there's 4s and 6s too.
Are there 4s and 6s?
Yeah.
How do they do that?
There is.
So they put 4 and 6 on there.
So in solving the even numbers, there actually is a parity to the cube where you have to know one extra move to get it done.
Really? Okay. All right. See, I knew enough about it to know that it was different, jackass. How about that?
Yeah.
Jackass.
Were you surprised? Were you surprised Iowa was ranked number 22 to open the preseason?
I saw a good opinion on this. Explanation of this. I think this may be like first of all, I hate preseason rankings.
So I'm with you. God. I like to compare the preseason to the postseason to go, where did you miss badly? Right? Because every year,
last year there were 3 Penn State. There were 3 teams in the top 10 preseason last year that went 6-6.
It's especially in today's world. Like if you think about Iowa basketball is a good example last year. It was an entirely different roster. I think there was one, Cooper Koch was the only holdover. How do you rank? And like someone probably out there last year, I'm not a big basketball guy, probably had Iowa ranked somewhere. How do you even do that? They weren't a team. You couldn't even go back and find a small genetic fabric of what the Iowa Hawkeyes of 2025 were going to be. You just knew individual players, and I know they do it off of like recruiting rankings. Here's their talent. So with football, same thing. You've got the portal. You know, Iowa adds Tony Diaz with all this hype. We're supposed to be good at the receiver position. We've got a couple DBs who are going to be in the mix. Lost 3 linemen to the NFL, new quarterback. Like there's so much turnover. It's like, how do you know? How do you know how this? How do you know?
I was going to ask, is this what I thought you were going to say, Tyler? Is that this might be the best example of Kirk Ferentz' reputation?
It's exactly where I was going.
Yeah,
this is just okay. Hard to tell about the players, but we know what Kirk does. We know what Phil Parker does. We know where Iowa sits generally. Here's about the talent level that he has on his roster. 22. That's, and I think it's fair. I think 22 is, I mean, it's spot on. It like 20 to 25 for Iowa is so spot on. It's like where they live. That's home right there.
Lose a game, go out. Win 2, go back in.
Come back in. You know, it's like
go out,
yeah.
Win 2, come back in.
And if you look historically on like, you know, every once in a while you'll see one of those lists, the best 25 programs in college football over the last 10 years, over the last 50 years. Iowa's always like 24th, right? And it's the one thing where, and I guess maybe every program says it because you always want to be a little bit better. You always want to do a little bit more. But like Iowa truly is in that spot that's like, could you just be in the 15s? Yeah, could you be 15, 16? Like, you're not quite, you know, you're not with the big dogs. But if you could be in that next tier right after the 6 to 8 big dogs of like the next 8 consistently, then we'd just be happy.
I had a moment the other day, Kluve. I pulled up ESPN and my like upcoming events thing had the Hawkeyes, had Iowa and Iowa State football, and it gave me that little fuzzy. You know what I mean? I got my first like,
it's here.
Football's coming. So okay, I was going to ask you, does that ever go? Are you one of these 365 in the mood dudes for football, or are you? Did the warm fuzzies start to come for you again? You know, is there a time? Do you actually?
I mean, I just showed you a Rubik's cube, so I'm not like Mr. You know, I have other things that occupy. You know, I just spent hours of every day slaving away CrossFit. I'm not like sitting there in the off season like.
No, I guess the wrong. Okay, so but when at what point does
it feel like it's back? At what point
do you have that moment? Yeah, it used to be for me when we started planning our tailgates. Like once my buddies were like, "Hey, we got the tickets in hand. You know, next Saturday it was like, oh shit, season's here, yeah." Do you have a moment like that where you're like, "Oh, football's coming back"?
So right out of college, we drove mopeds in college, and
we know
August hits, and you get those first few days. In fact, the last couple days here in Iowa, it's like a little cooler. Like you wake up and there's like a little bit of a chill in the air on like if you get the right day. September,
you can
definitely.
Smell it. You can smell
There's a smell to it. There is, and I remember it's like a nostalgic, like Pavlov's dog kind of like relationship with how it felt driving the moped over to the complex for practice and stuff like that. Camp has a certain feel to it. Like, certain foods will even take me back, like that we ate a lot during camp.
Pancheros?
Yeah, Ponch, yeah.
What was the food?
We used to get Poncheros is literally one of them. Some of the Gray's is what catered to us when we were there. It's a restaurant in Iowa City.
Okay.
A couple of other of the restaurants, like you have any of those and it brings you back. We used to get who was it? Like we used to get like a little personal pizza at one night of camp. Like every guy got his own personal pizza. That was called snack. Chick-fil-A will take me back. We got Chick-fil-A a couple times during camp. And there's these things that like take you back. The smell is really one of them. Travis nailed it on that. Like,
I can smell spring.
Yeah, same thing.
I can smell baseball coming. I can smell the world coming back alive and all that. for football, I live close enough to a high school. You just brought back something that I wouldn't have thought of. I go outside in the mornings and I hear.
I can hear it if I go upstairs right now. The walkie drumline practicing on our morning walk with my wife, and
I'm close enough to Roosevelt that I can hear that.
They're grinding away.
Is it a metronome, Travis? Is that the thing that every now and then I hear
keeps the beat? Yep.
Yeah, marching band's getting ready. So yeah, there's these little things that pop up, these signs that are like, yeah, it's here. And it is like the best time of year for any of us in this world. One, because it gives us something to talk about and all of the stuff starts happening. The action is actually here. But for me, it's also like some of these summer days is so hot. The weather starts to get a little bit nicer. You're getting closer to the holidays. My birthday's in September. So for me, it's always
Happy
like
birthday.
I mean,
what day?
We're
what day?
Out. September 25th.
I'm the 22nd. So we're close.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are so close.
Do you know close. So
Same
close.
Same age.
Same age.
No, not the same.
I got to clear some things up. First of all, I want to give a big shout out to Lisa. I've held on to this one for a while. She said Scott and his granddaughter are headed to Black Island today. They're going to be there and fishing for 3 days. Ross, thanks for arranging this special deal. They are going to make lifelong memories. I also got to clear something up. I said TJ had purchased a rod from Glenn.
Yeah.
TJ has reached out to Glenn, has not purchased a rod yet.
Okay.
So,
well, TJ, buy the rod, and that might have just cost you.
Can win.
Yeah, then you can win. Buy the fucking rod.
So anyway,
you mentioned Tony Diaz earlier. Kirk Ferentz threw some praise on Tony Diaz, which Kirk Ferentz never praises individual players.
He's done some of that here recently. He's been throwing some praise around. Is he getting soft in his old age?
Maybe softer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it. It's not just Diaz.
Wouldn't you get soft in your old age?
You do. And Travis is a great example of this. I think that kids and daughters and granddaughters, they do that to you. That's what I've seen with my friends.
I think there's also something to, I mean, this is a little bit dire.
But he praises a wide receiver. I mean,
I'm of the belief, and I'm full in. So this is the answer to your question, Ross. This is the signal that we're back. Is I'm fully buying into the Kool-Aid. Like I'm drinking it all.
Oh, okay, I see. I see what you're saying.
Because at this point, when I was right out, the first year out, I know everybody on the team. I know what they have exactly. I know what's going on. I'm more connected. There was a point where I was like fully disconnected basically to the program. And that was maybe like 3 years ago, where like nobody that I played with was there anymore. And it's like, okay, I truly don't know what they have on the inside anymore. I don't know what it looks like. I know the operations and stuff, but as far as personnel. And so now I hear everything that you guys hear, that the public hears. I see the stuff that comes out. I see the spring ball all access. I'm just a guy. And so but I listened to coaches in meeting rooms for 5 years, and I know the way that they talk and knew the way that they talked about us to the media then. And I hear the way that Kirk or Lester talks about guys now. I have a hard time believing, like, the way that they talk about this wide receiver room, it's not just like these are, like, we have a potential to have the best wide receiver. Like, no, this wide receiver room is head and shoulders above any receiving room that they've had in 10 or 15 years. I legitimately think with the way that they talk about them, the KF comments included from Big Ten Media Days, the way that Lester has talked about them in several offseason interviews, these guys are the best room talent-wise, pure skill position, wide receiver ability since DJK and Marvin McNutt. Now, does the production equal that? That's an entirely different question.
Yeah.
Because there's a quarterback involved in that. There's a rest of an offense that's involved in that.
A new offensive line that's involved with that.
So different deal there. But I think as far as skill players in the room, I mean, Lester back in the spring, before that we're talking like end of spring ball. One of his interviews, he said that when Diaz and Evan James, the kid from Furman, young kid, came into the room, the rest of the wide receivers, their reaction to them running routes was like, "Oh, that's how you run routes." Like they elevated the entire room with how crisp they were out on the field. And I think Reese Vandersee is a legitimate, aside from the two guys we brought in, Vandersee is a legitimate wide receiver that we did ourselves. With that, we get credit for that one.
But he's like a 3 or 4. Right? He's the third option.
Vandersee?
I'm with you, Tyler. I think he could be a one option.
I think Vandersee could go to half the teams in the Big Ten, and he's their go up and get it guy. He's their go up and get it guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Not the top half, but the other bottom half of the Big Ten. I think Vandersee could go.
If we're talking about an elite wide receiver room, I love the kid. We're
not Ohio State.
It's not a knock on him. This is not a knock on it. I was just wondering with Diaz there and some of these other guys, is he a 3
of who we have now? I don't know. It would be if Vandersee is our third option, we're in a good spot because that's a great third option. I would say he's top 2.
Man,
we'll have to see what Diaz truly has. I think
I'm very much a gotta prove it, especially with Kirk Ferentz. Like we just don't utilize guys like that.
Yeah, but when you're in that conversation, who has proved it in our wide receiver room right now more than Reese Vandersee?
Reese Vandersee. What I'm trying to say about Reese Vandersee, I guess, is if we're talking about an elite wide receiver room, we're talking about one of the most athletic and best wide receiver rooms. If we're talking about guys that come in and change the culture like that, Reese Vandersee, while the best option that Iowa had, and again, DJ Von Ami belongs to this conversation as well, even though he's a tight end, right?
Yeah, you want to talk about a true number one. There's
right, a guy that's going to be your option. So does that make that's what I guess I'm getting at. If you're talking about that sort of room, is now Reese Vandersee your third option when you're going to throw the ball?
And again, I don't know.
You like that idea?
I hope so.
Okay.
The way they talk about Tony Diaz and the way that everyone's talking about Vanami, I think we could throw Ross Peterson out there at quarterback, and you could throw it up.
You know who's got some eligibility left? This is why I went to DMAC, baby.
5 for 5.
New episode of the Washed Up Walk-Ons out today.
Yesterday, we had Elliot Clough on from 247. He helps us preview the Hawks a little bit. We'll have a lot of those episodes coming out over the next month.
And I'll be giving you a call either today or this weekend, Tyler. We got to talk about some things because we want to do some stuff.
Cool.
Do some stuff.
Let's do some
stuff.
Everybody, go
all right,
do
buddy.
Something.
We'll see you later. Tyler Kluver joining us on the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll be back on Monday at 6 a.m. Don't forget Trent Condon and the Lush Rush from 11 o'clock, and then Beyond the Bench with Sean and Lucas at 4 o'clock. It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire. Front row tickets to every show millionaire. Hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
Willis Chevrolet's Summer of Savings is on now, and the deals are turning up the heat. You'll find a huge selection of new, used, and Car Bravo certified vehicles, all ready for your next road trip, daily drive, or whatever summer throws your way. Right now, you can take advantage of 0% for 5 years on the dependable Silverado and 0% for 36 months on the versatile Equinox and the affordable Trax. It's the perfect time to get into the Chevy you've been eyeing. Don't wait. Shop Willis Chevrolet's Summer of Savings here in Granger or online at willischevy.com.
Another day in paradise.
You said it, buddy. Wait, hush up, it's him.
With over 20 years of experience, Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions can help.
I don't like the sound of that.
Whether it's birds in your dryer vent, ants in your kitchen, or bats in your attic.
Did you just say bats?
Call us today and see how Bats and Bugs can help prevent your home from becoming their home.
Not good, not good.
Well, it's been nice knowing you. I'm out of here.
Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions. Even the pests know.
So I think what's unique about Urology Center of Iowa is that we are a truly independent single specialty clinic.
We have a mantra that the patient comes first, the group comes second, and we as individual surgeons come last.
When I meet with a patient for the first time, I want them to feel heard. I never want them to feel like I'm in a rush.
Just watching the change that you can make in a patient's life, it's everything.
Schedule an appointment at iowauro.com.
I like to buy America from hometowns near and far. All pursuing happiness, doesn't matter who you are. That's the real thing.
Loving the rush? Of course you are. Keep listening for more local sports content on The Lunch Rush with Trent Condon from 11 to 1 and Beyond the Bench with Sean Roberts and Lucas Strain from 4 to 6 every day. It's all here on the Rush Radio Network.
Fresh, wild walleyes. This summer, point your compass north to Ballard's Resort on Lake of the Woods. Ballard's Lake of the Woods long-standing family resort offers a pole-in-hand guided fishing experience along with all-inclusive packages that include lodging and meals. Chase 10-pound trophies with the walleye capital of the world's most established fleet. Your adventure for fresh, wild walleyes awaits at Ballard's Resort. Set the hook at ballardsresort.com.
Hi, I'm Tom, owner of Central City Liquors. Our customers love us because we offer a large selection at an affordable price. And to keep costs low for you, we don't splurge on fancy promotions and expensive equipment. This commercial is being shot on a phone taped to a stick. Anyway, we are proud to announce our new rewards program that allows customers to save more the more they buy. So don't spend more to pay for fancy commercials. Save at Central City, where we know what's important. I told you we should have used duct tape.
What's going on, everybody? It's Bobby here at Willis Volvo Cars, and I'm here to tell you that if you haven't looked at a Volvo in a while, you're in for something amazing. We have cars with 455 horsepower, Bowers & Wilkins audio system, 22-inch wheels, and a ride that would blow your mind. And with 1.99% financing up to 72 months, we'll be able to find the vehicle that you are looking for in your budget. Or call, click, or visit us at willisvolvocars.com. Stop on down to the showroom, take a ride. You'll be glad you did.
The Rush, presented by Willis Automotive, returns now with fresh sports takes and at least one unnecessary rant.